Hey guys, this is Tauna, and today we're going to have a whole bunch of videos coming out over the next few days, so make sure you do subscribe. We're going to be talking about, all of the new precons coming out, which one's the best one to get, all that kind of stuff. But before we get into it, we've got these Fallout Secret Lairs that have, been announced finally. They were originally meant to be announced on the spring equinox, and then they got announced today. Spring equinox, right? Yeah. Which is the 19th of March. And as you can tell, they're a couple of weeks late, so I don't know entirely why they were that late. But anyway, so we already saw this one here. So first of all, I'm going to be talking about the value of the cards that are in them. The art obviously is going to be subjective. If you like the art, then obviously it's, potential that you're going to be wanting to get them anyway, which is perfectly fine. If you want to, go spend your money on the special arts here, then feel free. Yep, that's totally up to you, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna judge you if you want to do that. So let's talk about this one here first. So this is the one that we saw first, which is the special one, SPECIAL. It's the same kind of, the initials are what the essentially the like stat scores are within Fallout. So we've got Steel Shaper's Gift, search your land for an equipment, search your library for an equipment. Good card, used in a lot of different equipment decks. Equipment, tutor, really cheap, only 1 mana. Propaganda, again, that's used a fair bit. Elixir of Immortality, not super useful. There's some kind of edge decks that kind of use it and stuff like that. I don't think it's a deck that like a card that I've particularly ever wanted to add into a deck, but it's certainly one of the cards of all time. Council's Judgment down here, not too bad. That's a decent card. Idyllic Tutor, again, same as Steel Shaper's Gift, a decent kind of tutor. This one here for enchantments rather than equipment. We've got Anger over here, has haste, as long as Anger's in your graveyard and you control a mountain. Creatures you control have haste. Anger definitely sees some use. Decent kind of in like a Rakdos or any kind of deck that's going to be putting stuff into the graveyard. Anger is going to be decent. And then we've got Lightning Bolt here, which, everyone knows Lightning Bolt, and it's been reprinted since forever. So as for actual value, Steel Shaper's Gift and Propaganda, not awful. Idyllic Tutor, not too bad. Anger, not too bad. Elixir, Council's Judgment, and Lightning Bolt have all been reprinted a fair bit, or just, aren't as great of cards. All up, the value comes to 1758. So, not an insane amount of value in this one at all. The cards, personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Fallout Shelter art, which is essentially what it is. If you don't know what Fallout Shelter was, it originally started as a mobile app. You like build a Fallout shelter, and you got to take care of your people in it and send them out for missions and stuff. It's not too bad of a game, but the art style's a bit here or there, whatever you kind of feel like. So all up, personally, like if you're looking for value for this one's definitely not going to be worth it. If you like the art, then go ahead with it. But personally, I don't like this one. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm actually surprised that Anger ended up being like a creature. I would have more expected like another instant or another sorcery or an enchantment or something like that. A creature being Anger. Anger for agility as well, I guess because it's haste. I guess purely haste is why they chose that one, because they're all like meant to represent it. Like Idyllic Tutor is intelligence, for example. Lightning Bolt for luck. They kind of, I don't know. I think that they could have chosen better reprints for this. The art's not too bad, but overall, it's more coming down to the art as to whether you like that or not, if you want to grab it. All right, the next one here is Places of Interest, I believe they called it. So we've got Command Beacon, which, obviously sees a fair bit of use and is a decent card. Bodjakar Bob, definitely sees a lot of use. And, using Commander a fair bit, is, a decent kind of card, making it so you exile your target opponent's graveyard, or actually you can exile your own graveyard with it, I believe it too. We've got Reflecting Pool, another kind of option for like a exotic orchard command towery kind of card. Definitely is a decent card. Reliquary Tower, it finds use in so many different decks. Like any deck that's going to be drawing a bunch of cards is going to find use for Reliquary Tower. And then we've got Fabled Passage, which is a nice kind of card tutor. It's like a basic land tutor, a sack land. The fact that you get to untap it as well is really nice, because most, sack lands you don't get to. Fabled Tower, Fabled Passage. I'm actually surprised Fabled Passage was here, but I guess the art kind of makes sense for it. So as for value here, it's a little bit better. We've got Command Beacon up at $10.14. Bojika Bog at 113. Reflecting Pool, not too bad. Like this one here, in regards to actual value, I think is a bit better. If you've got, some of the other like Pip-Boy arts and stuff like that, it's not going to be awful. I personally, again, I'm not a huge fan of the art, which, I'm not trying to let, influence my bias or anything like that. But I think I like these ones better than the Fallout Shelter ones, that's for sure. Overall, I like this one. I think that it's not too bad. I like the art for it a bit better. But the value still, you're still going to miss out on value, which is perfectly fine. It's just, means that people who are just after it for the value aren't likely to want to pick it up. All right, then the last one here. So this one here is all around like stacks pieces and stuff like that. So we've got Vault Boy Cap Collector here, which is a reskinned version of Grand Arbiter Augustine the Fourth. We've got Winter Orb, Sphere of Resistance, and then Trinosphere. So all four are decent value kind of stack pieces. Trinosphere making it so that people have to spend at least 3 mana to cast their spells. Sphere of Resistance there. Spells cost 1 more to cast. Winter Orb, lock people out of the game. Why not? So all up, the value is actually a lot better with this one. First of all, Sphere of Resistance is up there at 1687. So keep in mind, these are also the prices currently. So, if you're watching this video too far into the future, the prices may have changed. Trinosphere, $15.22. We've got Winter Orb there at $8.80, and then Grand Arbiter at $3.43. Overall, I like this one a lot better, which I think is pretty obvious because, the value's a lot better. I think the art is very interesting. The freaking random arm that this guy's got coming out is hilarious. Overall, I just think this one's better. So out of the three, I think that this one here is definitely going to be the better option. You've got the Command Beacon Places of Interest one as the second option, and then honestly, I just think this one's awful. Like, I think that's just, I don't know. If you've got a Fallout deck, then it's worth picking up. Like these ones here are going to be good within the deck, within the the Scrappy Survivors deck. They're going to be good in the Scrappy Survivors deck. You're going to be able to find use for the other ones as well. Propaganda's not going to be too bad in most blue decks because it's just going to punish people for wanting to attack you. So yeah, like they've got use within their decks. Now the last thing here is the worst thing. So these are the secret cards. So when you purchase one of them, you'll get one of these 3 cards. Very, very likely to get these 2 here. So you've got Codex Shredder there, make people mill, and then you can sack it for 5 to bring something back to your hand. Can you see that value there? A whole 16 cents. We've got a waste here at 61 cents. But this is the worst part. They've got a rare secret card here. So this is going to be the Mana Vault. It's got, a 4381 chance. There's a lot of ways that people are going to, make use of this. Like, for example, Obika. With Obika here, you can get a lot. Oh, no. This is during your draw step. Yeah, that's during your draw step. The upkeep you can pay for to untap it. I don't know. So not Obika. But either way, it finds a lot of use within some decks. It's a card that hasn't, been particularly reprinted. But now they've made Secret Lairs into more of a gamble. I don't know if I've missed it previously, but, you've got a high chance of getting a 16 cents or a 61 cent card, but low chance to get your 4381 Mana Vault. And because it's Pip-Boy and Fallout, Mana Vault is a vault and stuff. I don't know, I don't like that. If you want to gamble to get your Mana Vault, these are going to be up for sale soon-ish. I'll put the link to the Secret Lair websites down in the description in the comments, so that way you guys can check it out. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of these 3 Secret Lairs. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and goodbye.